This is the biggest hoax in American history, literally. In 1869, on a farm in Cardiff, New York, laborers were digging a well when one of their shovels appeared to hit a foot. The men were shocked to discover a 10-foot petrified body buried beneath the ground. The word spread like wildfire in rural New York and caused a media frenzy. Newspapers celebrated it as a major find. Some experts declared it an ancient statue, while others thought it was a petrified man. Thousands began flocking to the site, and the farmer, William Stubb Newell, began charging an admission fee of 50 cents per person. It gained so much hype that a group of businessmen offered $30,000 for a majority stake, or around 800 grand in today's money, and the farmer sold. But it was all fake, so what really happened? 2 years earlier, in 1867, a cigar maker named George Hull came up with the idea to create a fake petrified giant after an argument with a priest. He spent the next 2 years and 3 grand, or about 80 grand today, bringing the phony giant to life. He bought a 5-ton gypsum block, saying it was for a statue of Abe Lincoln, and had sculptors in Chicago carve a 10-foot tall, 3,000-pound fake man, aging it with acid and detailing it to mimic human pores. Now he needed somewhere to bury it, so he reached out to his relative who happened to own a farm in New York, William Stubb Newell. After cutting Newell in on the deal and swearing him to secrecy, Hull shipped the giant to his farm in an iron-sealed box. Then they buried it one night next to Newell's barn, wedging it under roots to make it look like it had been there for centuries. Hull then returned to his home and busied himself with his cigar business. After a full year had passed, he wrote the farmer and said it was time to dig up the giant. Then, Newell put the plan into action by hiring a pair of unsuspecting workers to dig a well near his barn. Soon after the hucksters cashed out from the deal, questions started piling up after the new owners took the giant on the road. A crucial blow came when famed Yale paleontologist Othniel Marsh pronounced it of very recent origin and a most decided humbug. But that didn't stop showman P.T. Barnum from trying to buy it. When the owners turned him down, he decided to build an exact replica and display it as the real thing, which ended up drawing larger crowds and even outselling the original. By early 1870, the Cardiff giant had turned from a subject of fascination into one of ridicule. George Hull himself began publicly bragging about having engineered a hoax. The whole thing crumbled when newspapers printed confessions from the Chicago sculptors who had first chiseled the giant into being. After the crowd started to shrink, the giant was eventually sold to the Farmers Museum in Cooperstown, New York, where you can still see it today. So what lesson should we take away from this hoax? Does this remind you of anything similar going on today?